All right, Proven Folks, we are now getting into Friday, which is March 8th, 2024. This one is the CrossFit Open Workouts 24.2. This is going to be your brief for 24.2. So what we're getting into here, as we're getting into the second week of the Open, is a longer workout, kind of expected after kind of the burner that we saw on week one. However, kind of expected something to be on the rig. We're actually just going to be seeing a lot of pulling, posterior chain, muscular stamina, really working on pacing in this workout is the primary focus of what we're trying to tackle on the day. So what we really want to make sure of to do for all of our athletes, depending on kind of what you're doing in terms of your class structure. So if you're running this as a normal class, what you're going to want to make sure to do is kind of do a little bit more mobility for the hips, lower back, make sure that the calves get that little bit nice, loosened up, get a nice blood flow, get a nice sweat. Make sure that that's the general warm-up that we have in there, and we have a suggested warm-up for you, but you can also go through kind of like your own choice on that one. And then moving into a specific primer, we do want to hit this for the majority of our athletes, which will get them a flow, a feel, and really kind of get them into the style of the workout, which is going to be 2 rounds where we're hitting a 200-meter row, 5 deadlifts, 20 double unders. You'll hit that 2 rounds. I want you to really work on transitioning, specifically in and out of the rower and finding that kind of sweet spot of where your feet are going to be tight enough, but you can kind of get in and out, so you require less transition time in there on that one. And then making sure that you're getting to that double under for our higher level athletes, trying to think about hitting that first double under on your first attempt is going to be a good thing to practice within that 2-round transition as we're moving through it. And then really trying to think about, okay, what pace am I going to be really tackling and working for consistent paces across for that row. So hitting that as 205 deadlifts and 25 double unders, 2 rounds, working on those transitions quick. You'll rest a minute. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to go for 1 full round of what the workout's going to be. You're going to tackle that at the pace that you think is sustainable. Get kind of like an idea for what that feels like. Think about you're pacing it for 20 minutes. Note down the time. Think about the transition times that are going to be needed between that. So if you looked at the open announcement, if you watched it, they were transitioning really quickly, about 3 seconds per round, kind of in between. So again, over the course of 10 rounds, they've lost 30 seconds there, and each round, was taking in that range of 1:45 to 2 minutes. So if you're really kind of thinking about that for the majority of our athletes that we're going to be looking for today, is probably actually closer to 5 to 10 second transitions, but trying to maintain a good pace, thinking around the range of if we can maintain 230, having that kind of be a goal with those 5 to 10 second transitions. All of a sudden we're looking for sub 3 minutes a round, and we're looking for 6 rounds as kind of like a good goal for a lot of our athletes to be shooting for when we're tackling this. So if you go at this, go at it at a pace that you think you can hold. So when we're looking at it as 300, 10, and 50 deadlifts, go at nice, good controlled pace. We're thinking that a lot of our male athletes are going to be 75 seconds or under. Females will probably be pushing up closer to that 90-second mark. We're then going to look at 10 deadlifts. Now, big focus here. If you think that you're going to be breaking during the workout, I would break here and just plan on a short break, short rest, move into it. So if you do 5 and 5, you might save the grip a little bit more, save that stamina, just have a quick break. A break on deadlifts, definitely a lot easier than a break on double unders and getting back into that. You'll then go into your double unders. However, maybe we think about breaking those double unders up, going 25 and 25, just thinking about breaking it up into manageable short sets that we can maintain throughout. Remember, it's the athlete that rests the least that's gonna really win this workout. So think about that as you're targeting that 1 round. Get your pace, have your idea. Okay, if I maintain 230, I transition, I'm just gonna look over, I got 10 seconds, I'm gonna go back on. If I'm at 240 per round, I'm doing pretty good on this workout. So just think about that as you're tackling it. So the workout is, 20-minute AMRAP of that 300-meter row, 10 deadlifts at 185, 125, and 50 double unders. Again, this is a very manageable weight. We can assume that a lot of athletes are gonna be able to manage and RX this workout. Now, because it is a test, normally I would say, okay, 40% of your 1 rep max is a max today of what we should expect on those that are RXing this workout, as we don't want to do too much volume in the posterior chain, have people really sore today. Now, what I would suggest is going more on the RX side for more of our athletes. Maybe we push up that percentage that's allowable, but we're really working on those consistent mechanics intensity, and we're just going to be breaking those up into shorter sets to put less time under tension there, and thinking about pacing a little bit more in this workout rather than going at a breakneck pace from the onset of the workout and then having to kind of scale that back and reduce it as you go. So even if you have an athlete that can go 2, 2, 2, 2, and move through it and RX it, and they get to RX that workout, really cool way to kind of tackle the workout and go about it. So that's just kind of some different thoughts there. I would say higher level athletes there working on that range. If you can get off the rower in 75 seconds, transition to the deadlift, go unbroken, all of a sudden you're at a minute 45, you go up to the double unders, go 50 double unders, under 30 seconds, 2:15, back to the rower at 2:30. That would be a really good pace. It's kind of like a top end goal to shoot for on this. So RPE, this is a test, 10 out of 10. That's what we're going for today. Keep the pace consistent across. So know your pace, know your strategy. Again, goal, 5+ rounds is kind of our biggest kind of like goal to shoot for, and really targeting consistency across this whole workout. Now, proven recovery number 4 is what we wrote in here for the day. We already had deadlifts and rowing on the day, so it's really kind of a good focus. Even put in a kettlebell calf smash there to make sure you smash out the calves. Big thing for the recovery today, make sure you get in the lower back, hamstrings, posterior chain, a lot of it. Even get those hip flexors in there with a couch stretch. And then also thinking about moving into the calves and making sure that those are nice and smashed out. If you do have athletes, right, like I think top end would be probably 8 rounds. If you're thinking about 8 rounds times 50 double unders, you're gonna have 400 double unders. You will fill your calves on that. 6 rounds, we'll have 300 double unders. I'm imagining a lot of athletes will be 6 to 8 rounds. So note that you will have to make sure that those calves get nice and smashed out. So just think about that as you tackle this. In terms of class management, this is one of those ones, if you have to do in class, putting people in 2 heats is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. What we'd say is just warm up everybody together, general warm up, have heat 1 go, right? Then primer for our heat 2. While heat 1 athletes go, while heat 1 athletes are resting after they go, and then those heat 1 athletes will judge heat 2, and then you do it in that class setting. Ideally, this is run like a Friday Night Lights setting where what you do is just put up the warm up on the board, have athletes going through it, but maybe have a floater coach there for managing kind of the warm up area and get everybody going, and one coach that's managing on the floor of getting everybody going and saying 3, 2, 1, go, making sure that everybody has a judge, a scorecard, knows the standards, has the setup, and is ready to go managing the clock. That would be a good way to manage this workout and manage this class structure. So have fun, get after it, pace, pace, pace. Steady will win the race.